Hello friends, this is Kevin aka KMN1 coming at you with another episode of Super Mario World. In the last episode, we took down the last few remaining areas in Chocolate Island and also cleared the super secret spooky ghost ship of death. And in this episode, we're going to start taking down the Valley of Bowser. So let's jump into the first level. And by jump, I mean run, because well, you didn't need to jump at the very beginning. And so earlier, when I mentioned the Mega Monty Moles, basically you could just stand on top of them, and they act as platforms. And a big mechanic in this area is going to be kind of using them to fill in holes, so you can get some easier platforming for yourself, which is very, very cool. And those just all sort of fall into the water. And are you gonna come over here, Jordan Shaw? Thank you. All right. He served me well, and gonna move along here. And I'm like 99% sure that outside of like invincibility stars, there's nothing you can actually do to take down Monty Moles, or Mega Moles, or whatever their official name is. But I feel like that pipe probably leads from somewhere, but I'm not gonna go around and look for it. I failed that jump, so proud of myself on that one. Yeah, I'm not gonna go super out of my way, because Valley of Bowser is like an area that I really don't know worth anything. So don't expect like amazing gameplay for this part, because this is just one area. Since I was really, really bad at this game when I was younger, I just honestly don't know where anything is in these later areas as far as secrets. I mean, I know some of them, obviously, because I have gotten most secret exits in the game before, but just overall, definitely don't expect the same level of knowledge that you've found in my other videos. Not that it's even a particularly great level of knowledge, if we're being honest with ourselves, or if we're being dishonest for that matter. And like I was saying about not knowing where I'm going, I just got completely lost in that maze. That maze is a little bit of an area. That area is a little bit of a maze. On purpose, obviously, so that you can't just waltz through and just head straight into Bowser's Castle. And speaking of waltzing through and heading straight into Bowser's Castle, I'm gonna go ahead and take the secret exit for this area first, if I remember where it is and I can actually access it. Yeah, I'm gonna be going through there first because of something a little bit silly that you can do if you're big about getting That Koopa really hates me for some reason. I feel like that's going to be a big problem throughout this level. And I'm not going to bother cutting or anything, because we didn't even get that far before we died. So, you know. Alright. And gotta be smart about this one. Alright. And that is how we take down that Koopa. But as I was saying, there's something kind of cheeky you can do here, if you are big about collecting, well, not collecting, but finding all the secret exits, like I am. And basically, it lets you skip the vast majority of Bowser's Castle. So, very handy if you do take advantage of it. Not gonna lie. And if memory serves, yep, there's, I think it's a cape and it's gonna fall down for us. Yep. Alright. Alright, the secret exit for this area, actually, now that I think of it, is kind of annoying to get, but we'll just have to make do with it. And this is an auto-scrolling type of level, which basically you're going to need to move along the labyrinth in such a way that you don't get crushed by the floor, which is also the ceiling, which is also the floor. So yeah, you just got to be careful and not get crushed. Pretty basic stuff, to be honest. And here, you can't get tricked into going ahead because you can't actually run fast enough to make it all the way to the other side, or at least I'm pretty sure you can't. I've tried it before with very non-existent success. But, I mean, maybe if you're just better at this game than I am, then you can make it work for you. And working our way forward. Again, you don't really have much control over the pace of this level. There are a couple of ways you can kind of take kind of shortcuts, but for the most part, you're basically stuck with the pace that the level has laid out for you. And plus you're basically limited by the alcoves that they provide because, you know, even if you're short, there aren't really a lot of, like, extra paths you can find for yourself to avoid dying. Which is fine, because all it means is that I'm going to have to be interesting while having basically no influence on the pace of gameplay, which always goes well, as we're all aware. Alright, and the secret exit for this area, if memory serves, okay, yeah. Basically what you're going to want to do is jump up here and head all the way back, and there's going to be a key for you. And you can take it right through this here door. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take on the fortress, just so I can show off that cheeky thing I was talking about earlier. Oh, and this fortress is kind of obnoxious because there are just a bunch of these spikes of death that just fall down and rustle your jimmies. And you can get an extra cape if you so desire. I always am all about getting extra power-ups because I'm bad and I'm constantly taking damage, so I need to be able to tank them extra hits. And a bunch of dry beetles, and I don't remember what they're called, but I'm just going to call them dry buzzies because they're basically just dry bones buzzy beetles. And more spike things of death that you gotta be careful and avoid. And there's a hothead. I think that's a hothead. Or, no, those are just like lava bubbles or some. Really? I'm taking all kinds of damage in places that I really shouldn't be. And I'm like hyper-focused right now because you get crushed if that happens. Yeah, that area in specific is kind of a huge jerk, but I'll just go ahead and cut ahead to where that is. Alright, and back to where we were. You gotta be really precise on this timing. And I failed utterly and completely. Real! Holy crap! Real! I've gotten this jump before! Why am I failing on the easy jumps? Real! Oh my goodness. Okay, like literally more than 10 tries later, finally got back to this point, and what's our reward for literally like one of the most obnoxiously difficult areas in possibly all of gaming history? A fight with Reznor. Yep. And I feel like the most demoralizing part of that level is that you spend so long just trying to get like that last jump right there. But then the door's right here, and just there you go. It's just the easiest fight in the game. And now here we get the back door to Bowser's Castle. And basically what this is, without like spoiling anything, I guess, is it lets you skip most of Bowser's Castle. And I'm going to be explaining that a little bit more once we get to it through the proper path. Anyways, let's just go ahead and get the correct exit, well, the normal exit for this level. I'll see you guys back in just a moment. Alright, and now that we're back in this area, to get to the normal exit for the level, basically all you gotta do is keep walking along the normal platforming path, and there isn't really much to it. It's just another constantly rising platform, and a couple more Mega Balls, but yep, no really big woes there. And so, I've completely lost track of time because of how many times I had to replay that level, but I'm pretty sure we have more than enough time for a ghost house. Alright, awkward cut is awkward because I had to look up the proper exit for the level. Like I said, the Valley of Bowser is Definitely one of my lesser understood areas in terms of where all the exits are. But I digress. And so basically what you're going to want to do is run to the right as fast as you possibly can, and hopefully collect all these coins and make it to the end. And if so, you got to 1-up, and you're going to want to go into either the 3rd or 4th doors, and you get yourself the normal exit for the level. And contrary to what I believed before, I actually looked it up, and there's a secret exit to that level. So it's easily my least favorite mechanic in the game, but I'm gonna show it. Dang it, I'm gonna show it. So I will see you guys in just a moment. All right, and for the secret exit, you're gonna want to go through the 2nd door, and basically what you're gonna want to do is, this is the wrong place. Alright, and for the secret exit, you're going to want to take the last door, and keep this P-switch with you, because it will come very much in handy. And so basically what you're wanting to do is, you can kind of influence the direction of this trail of coins as you move along, and you're going to want to make it go up and to the right as much as possible. And then you're going to want to grab the P-switch and hit it. And hopefully I did this right, because as I've stated... You're kidding me! You are kidding me! I hate this level so much. I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, I'm really hoping I can get this to work out for me, but I'm probably going to have to replay this. I hate booze and this level and everything. Ugh. Alright, 300,000 tries later, we got the thing! And what do we get for the thing? We get a pass straight to Larry's Castle, which we're going to tackle in the next episode along with the next few levels, but I'm really just mad at the game right now. And I'm at over half an hour. I'm at almost 40 minutes of raw footage for 4 levels. 4 levels! Ugh. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Blah, blah, blah. Bye.